Hi, I'm Misty. I'm a certified cat behavior consultant and fear-free trainer. In this video, I'm going to show you some low-stress nail trimming techniques, progressing from voluntary distraction to care with consent. These techniques can be done with just one person, with or without treats. If you have another person to help, that makes it easier. In this video, I'll show examples of what's possible to inspire you to get started. For step-by-step training, check out my online course, Cooperative Care for Cats, coming soon. You'll notice throughout the video that I use different procedures for each cat. This is because each cat is an individual. Different procedures work best for each of them. So why might you want to trim a cat's nails? Trimming the cat's nails helps prevent them from getting overgrown and hurting the cat's paws, or getting snagged in fabric and furniture. When the cat is sitting on your lap, making biscuits, or when you're playing with the cat and you reach to put the toy away, if their claws aren't razor sharp, they're less likely to cause injury. To trim a cat's nails, you'll want nail trimmers that are made specifically for cats. I like these ones that are kind of scissor style. Nail trimmers that are made for dogs are too strong, and nail trimmers that are made for humans are the wrong shape. They'll put pressure on the nail and cause it to bend and break, which is painful. Make sure the nail trimmers are clean and sharp. Setup. To start, you'll need a training station. Having a consistent setup helps the cat be less fearful because they know what to expect. I use this station in the bedroom at the foot of the bed, and these stations in the kitchen, on the main table, and on these wicker bar stools. These are places where we do nail trim training regularly. I recommend choosing one place for each cat initially where they are most comfortable. The cat needs to have a way to opt out of the procedure so they have some choice and control. The back of a chair or a bed frame works well for this, because when they step up, their nails come out and you can trim them, but they can easily step off the station at any time. If you're training the cat to put their paw in your hand, then withdrawing their paw is their way of saying they need a break. As you're working with the cat, pay attention to their body language so you can tell when they're uncomfortable or stressed. That way you can adjust and try something different if needed. For example, Jasper isn't totally comfortable in this training session. He keeps glancing around, swishing his tail and licking his lips, even suddenly grooming. He may be distracted or frustrated because the training is too challenging. I can see that it's not a good time for training. We're going to take a break and try again later. Desensitization. If the cat runs away whenever they see the clippers, you'll first need to do some desensitization. I won't go into too much detail here. I just want to emphasize that this is a gradual process. You can't rush it. It may take days, weeks, or even months, but it's worth taking the time initially to build that foundation. Ultimately, it pays off. You'll learn to read the cat's body language, the cat will learn to trust you, and they'll be more resilient as a result. Now we can move on to trimming nails. Voluntary distraction. I differentiate care with consent from voluntary distraction based on the timing of when I deliver a reward. With voluntary distraction, the reward is given during the procedure. When we're using care with consent, the reward comes afterward. Distraction can be useful as a starting point. I use the phrase voluntary distraction because we're not trying to trick the cat. That would break their trust and make it harder the next time. The cat is well aware of what we're doing. They're just choosing to focus on something else. Kind of like when the nurse has a conversation with you while taking your vitals. You can do voluntary distraction with treats or with petting, giving the cat cheek scratches. Keep in mind that just like in human medical care, voluntary distraction only works if the procedure isn't stressful. If it is stressful, the cat might cooperate to a point because they want the treat, but at any moment they might freak out, so there's a higher chance of injury. Speaking for myself, there's no conversation that can distract me from a blood draw. It's simply too stressful. If the cat is over their stress threshold, we need to go back and work on desensitization. Here are some examples of using voluntary distraction with treats. I'm using Churu because it's a high-value treat, and it's easy to hold and dispense with one hand. I get my cats to step forward onto the back of a chair or a bed frame so their claws extend. One-person voluntary distraction method. quick and decisive. Not my strength, but I'm getting better at it. Did we get him good? I think we got him pretty good. If the cat accepts being held, you can do it like this. With two people, it's easier. One person can feed the cat treats, while the other can use both hands to gently squeeze the cat's paws and trim their nails. If the cat gets overly excited with treats and tries to grab your hands with their grappling hook claws, or if you have yet to find any treats the cat likes, you may want to train them to have their nails trimmed without using treats. In that case, we need to find something else that the cat enjoys that we can use as a reinforcer. Like most people, cats don't want to work for free. In these examples, I'll use petting, specifically cheek scritches, as it's what my cats Abby and Pearl find most enjoyable. Petting helps them relax, which makes it easier to trim their nails. This may not be the best option for every cat. It's important to know the individual you're working with. Some cats, like my cat Linus, tend to get overexcited by petting. Here, Abby is getting used to having her paws touched. I'm sneaking in gentle paw touches while I'm petting. Then I'll transition to touching a paw followed by petting.
Yeah, very nice. You touch your paw at the same time? Oh, yeah, that was so good. Can I touch your paws? Would that be okay? Just like that? Oh, very nice, thank you. So I'm gonna intersperse the paw touches with her preferred types of petting. Paw? Yeah, well, that's so good. I'm saying the word paw before I touch her paw, so she does know it's coming, but I'm gonna just kind of cruise gently down towards her paw after I'm petting. Paw? Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, that's so good.
It can be tricky to trim claws while petting, especially if your cat likes to headbutt and rub their face against you the way Pearl does with me. It can be easier if you have a second person to help. That way, one person can give the cat chin scritches while the other trims their nails. Fortunately, doing a nail trim with petting transitions easily into care with consent. Care with consent. If you want to trim your cat's nails regularly, but your cat finds it unpleasant, then distraction won't cut it. Pun intended. But you don't want to fight your cat whenever it's time to trim their nails. That's where care with consent comes in. I show the clippers as a way for the cat to opt in to the procedure. When the cat steps into position, we begin. Using clicker training, I started by teaching the cats to target the nail clippers in my hand. Then I shifted to showing the nail clippers and then holding out my hand. I added duration by counting 1, 2, 3. Then I would click and give a treat. At first, I counted quickly. Later, I extended it. Finally, I got to a point where I could ask for a paw, slowly count to 3, gently squeeze the paw and trim a nail, click, and give a treat. If at any point the cat shows signs of stress or withdraws their paw or goes off the station, we take a break and try again later at an easier level. In this example, you can tell that Pearl is a little uncomfortable. Her ears are turned backward and she's leaning away from me. When I trim her nails, she licks her lips afterward, which may be a way to shake off stress, but she quickly goes back to snuggling on my lap. Over time, I'm confident that she can learn to enjoy nail trims as long as I don't push my luck trying to do too much in one sitting. I recommend trimming only 1 or 2 nails per session. There's no need to do it all in one sitting. It's better not to do too much. We don't want the cat to have a bad experience. That would make it more difficult the next time. You only need to trim a little bit off the tip. You can always go back and trim more later. If you mess up and cut the quick, you can use styptic powder to stop the bleeding. You'll need to go back to basics and rebuild trust with the cat, but it will take less time. Now for some frequently asked questions. What if the cat gets extremely stressed when it's time for a nail trim? I recommend speaking with a professional cat groomer or your veterinarian. They may be able to tell you if it's appropriate to use any anti-anxiety supplements or medications, or they may be able to do the procedure themselves, in your home or in their office. Hopefully this video will inspire you to start training cats for a low-stress nail trimming experience. For step-by-step instructions on nail trims and much more, check out my online course, Cooperative Care for Cats. Thanks for watching! For more personalized training, check out my website at fellowcreaturespets.com or email me at fellowcreaturespets@gmail.com. Progress that words. Nope. If the cat is over there, nope. If the cat is on the table, I can work on desensitization. Cat. Hi. Hi.